Let's delve into a deep analysis of Venus in a partner's sixth house in Synastry. The core of the Synastry aspect. Synastry is the art of comparing two natal charts to understand the dynamics between two individuals. When we talk about Venus in a partner's sixth house, we're looking at where the Venus person, the one whose Venus is in the other's chart, directs their energy of love, harmony, and affection. The sixth house in astrology governs daily routines and habits, how you structure your day, your work ethic, and your daily life. Service and duty, your sense of obligation to others, your role as a helper, and acts of service. Health and wellness, your physical well-being, habits related to health, and a tendency towards illness or healing. Work and employment, your job, colleagues, and the work environment. Pets, the care and relationship with animals. When the Venus person's planet of love, harmony, and attraction falls into the house person's sixth house, these themes become the primary vehicles for expressing and experiencing affection. The Venus person's experience. The Venus person, in this dynamic, is drawn to the house person in a way that is practical and service-oriented. They may feel a desire to help, support, and care for the house person. They find the house person's daily life, work, and routines appealing and may want to be a part of it. This isn't a fiery, passionate attraction, but a more subtle, supportive one. The desire to serve, the Venus person may show their love by doing practical things for the house person, like running errands, helping with chores, or offering to help with work projects. Appreciation for the house person's work, they genuinely admire the house person's work ethic, their skills, and their dedication to their job or daily tasks. A soothing presence. The Venus person can be a calming and comforting presence for the house person, especially when they are stressed, sick, or dealing with mundane tasks. The house person's experience. The house person feels admired and appreciated for their daily life and their routines. The Venus person's presence can make mundane tasks more enjoyable and bring a sense of harmony to their work and health. Feeling valued for their efforts, the house person feels seen and appreciated for the things they do every day, which can be a huge confidence booster. Harmonious work environment. If the relationship is with a colleague, this can create a very pleasant and cooperative work environment. Encouragement for health. The Venus person might encourage the house person to adopt healthier habits or be supportive during times of illness. Potential challenges and complexities. While this aspect can be very supportive, it's not without its challenges. The sixth house is not a traditionally romantic or passionate house, and this can lead to a relationship that feels more like a partnership in service than a romantic love affair. Lack of romance and passion. The attraction may not be the initial, fiery, romantic kind. It's more about a practical, supportive bond. If both partners are looking for intense romance, they may be disappointed. A helper dynamic. The Venus person may fall into a role of being a helper or a caregiver, and this can create an imbalance in the relationship if it's not a two-way street. The house person might take the Venus person's service for granted. High expectations. The Venus person may have high expectations for the house person's health, routines, or work, which can feel like criticism or nagging if not communicated with care. Workplace dynamics. If this Synastry aspect is with a coworker, the lines between professional and personal can become blurred. Deep analysis. A deeper dive into the nuances. To truly understand this aspect, you need to consider the following. Planetary aspects to Venus. Venus-Mars aspects can introduce passion and physical attraction into the mix, transforming the dynamic from purely service-oriented to something more romantic. Venus-Saturn aspects can make the service feel like a duty or obligation, adding a sense of seriousness and commitment. Venus-Neptune aspects can create a more idealistic or even self-sacrificing dynamic, where the Venus person idealizes their service to the house person. Venus-Pluto aspects can introduce power dynamics, obsessions, and transformative experiences through service. Sign of Venus. Venus in a practical sign, Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The service will be very tangible and grounded. Venus in a nurturing sign, water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The service will be more emotional and caring. Venus in an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The service will involve communication and shared interests. Venus in a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The service will be more enthusiastic and energetic. House overlays in the composite chart. Look at the composite chart, the chart of the relationship itself, to see where Venus falls. If Venus is in a more romantic house, like the 5th or 7th, in the composite chart, the practical synastry overlay can be a supportive foundation for a more passionate relationship. In conclusion, Venus in the partner's 6th house is a beautiful synastry aspect for building a strong, supportive, and harmonious partnership. It's not about the initial spark, but about the enduring glow that comes from a genuine desire to care for and serve one another. It's the synastry of shared responsibilities, daily routines, and the quiet joy of a loving partnership built on mutual respect and service.